On April 23, 2018, 10 lives were stolen and cut short. 16 others were irreversibly damaged. The toll the Toronto van attack has taken on victims, their families, friends, first responders, and the collective psyche of citizens across the city is incalculable. Today, the killer behind the wheel received his verdict. Guilty on all counts.
It's like you're holding your breath for 3 years and you can finally breathe.
Victims and their families gathered together inside Toronto's provincial courthouse, hoping to hear one word: guilty.
Justice has been done.
The trial itself has traumatized those who were touched on that April day. Catherine Rydell spent months in hospital recovering from severe brain trauma, a broken pelvis, scapula, and ribs.
I had no memory of what happened. It's like I'm going through trauma now that I didn't go through before.
Anne-Marie D'Amico didn't survive the attack. Her brother Nick delivered this message to his sister today.
Be proud that someone's standing by her side and advocating for her and for what justice really stands for.
There has never been any doubt that van driver Alec Manassian killed 10 and injured 16 others. He admitted to wanting to kill even more. The lone question that hung over the weeks-long judge-only trial: did his autism spectrum disorder render him incapable of knowing what he did was morally wrong?
You understand what first-degree murder is?
It's a premeditated murder and completely intentional and considered to be what's known as in cold blood.
Justice Anne Malloy refused to use the van attack driver's name while delivering her verdict. As part of her written decision, Malloy said he was capable of understanding the impact on his victims. He knew death was irreversible. It demonstrates he had a functioning, rational brain. He then made a choice. He chose to commit the crimes anyway, because it was what he really wanted to do. He freely chose the option that was morally wrong. Lack of empathy for the suffering of victims, even an incapacity to empathize for whatever reason, does not constitute a defense.
The Crown is pleased with Her Honour's thoughtful and reasonable verdict and grateful for Her Honour's careful assessment of the evidence and insightful application of the law. Based on all the evidence in this case, this was the fair and just result.
Autism has never been used as the sole argument in a not criminally responsible trial before in Canada. After consideration, Justice Malloy found ASD qualifies as a mental disorder within the meaning of Section 16 of the Criminal Code, though Manassian himself didn't meet the threshold.
My task was to defend Mr. Manassian to the best of my ability, and that involved having to clarify the law, so we succeeded in part.
For the victims who survived and the families left behind, there's no celebrating today's verdict.
We're always going to miss her. I don't know how you adjust to it.
It's just a beginning for me, and it's going to be a long journey, but I'm going to get there.
Later this month, we may get some clarity on sentencing. It's still not known whether the 10 first-degree murder charges, which each come with a 25-year sentence, will be served consecutively or concurrently. Manassian could be eligible for parole in 25 years, though as part of his sentence, Justice Malloy could extend that by decades.